Hi, I'm Shannon Elhart, and you're probably watching this because you're into schoolies just like I am. And I was about to make my first three videos. I'll tell you what those are about in just a minute, when I realized it might be fun to kind of introduce myself. So, the reason is if I can give you, if you're new to this schoolie world, if I can give you the best piece of advice is if you haven't already done so, start watching a lot of videos not just on schoolie tours because those are super cool and interesting, but also just on schoolie conversions, like the actual labor and what people do. What I found is so neat and why I wanted to contribute is I feel like I found this like new group of friends. Like I've watched some people's videos, multiple videos from the same people, and it's like I hope I come across them sometime and can just meet them and say thank you. It's a really neat group of people. So I thought I would contribute because I'm just at the stage of demoing my school bus, but finding the bus was really much more difficult than I thought. And learning how to take out the bus seats and all that. So I'll quick tell you my this is obviously my first video. My next video is going to be about how I went about bus shopping, and I'm going to share a Google Doc that helped me to keep it better organized. And then I'm going to do one on another thing. It's another Google Doc, but it's been really helpful for me to keep some other things organized, just all the how to's. And if I find like a really cool kitchen idea, how I'm keeping that all organized. Because if you're going to spend the time watching all these videos, you might as well, make them work for you, right? And then the fourth video will be how I removed all my bus seats in one day. So I like when I'm doing especially manual labor, I like to find a process that really works and then just keep repeating steps one, two, three, four, or however, over and over and over. And that's what I did. And we got all the bus seats out in one day. And it really, once we found that process, which I'll share with you in a later video, it was really not too bad. So in this video, I just wanted to share why I've chosen to convert a school bus into a schoolie. I have a little list of reasons. And the reason is, I guess, like I said earlier, I've really enjoyed getting to know other people and why they've done it. And there's some common threads. I think everybody wants to just live a simpler life and to minimize, you know, tangible things in their life and to see the country and not be, tied down or, a slave to mortgage and money and all that, just to live a simpler life. So that's one of my reasons. And I think that's a pretty common one. But hopefully, it'll just be a fun way to connect. I would love to hear your reasons as too. In fact, if you watch this video, please share with me down below why you're considering a schoolie or why you are living the schoolie life or the van life, because I find it just a really interesting movement in America right now. So, one reason that I'm converting a school bus into a schoolie is that, so I'm in my early 50s, and sadly, I spent probably the first 40 years living what I call the checklist life, where I was just trying to make everybody around me approve of me. And I had this a real struggle with feeling like I was good enough, and so I would do what was expected of, a good Midwestern woman. So I live in the west side of Michigan. And not that those are bad things, but, it's like graduate high school and go to college and get a good degree and get a good job and find a significant other and get married and get a house and have children. And, you're just checklisting what I need to do next and next. And I was almost, wearing different masks for, one for my mom and one for at work and one with my friends, and really, really unhealthy, especially I guess it was for me. And it took me decades to figure that out. So I have been for the last 10 years, maybe a little bit more, trying to step into, not trying, I have been stepping into a more authentic life. And I think it's just much more joyful and empowering and fulfilling, really. So this schoolie adventure, I'll tell you more about it in a moment, but next September of 2020, I plan on going on a 9-month trip around the country. And this schoolie adventure that I'm going on just feels so aligned with who I am. So there are many reasons, but I'll give one that maybe might seem odd. So if you're like me, maybe you'll find some comfort. Like there are others like you. Like I love solitude. I really enjoy my alone time. I enjoy silence. I enjoy loud events too, but I need that. I kind of thrive on that. So the traveling solo, it'll be me and my dog, maybe a dog sibling. So I might have two by then. Um, I really look forward to that. So me living in a bus with a couple dogs and having a lot of alone time is very doable for me. It actually feels really good. I love the people I'm close to here in West Michigan. I have a really small but tight knit group of friends, and my family is here. My kiddos, who mean more to me than anything, they're going to be off at college, so that's what kind of gives me this option to do this. But I'm okay on my own. So what's weird is the flip side of that is I love meeting people. I truly view strangers as just friends I haven't met yet. And I don't see hierarchy with people. Like if I sat down with the Queen of England and then the next day I sat down with someone who's been living on the streets, homeless for, 20 years, I don't see a difference, a hierarchy in those people. Everyone is interesting and has a story to share. And so for me to go out and meet people, even if it's just for an evening or a long weekend, like if we're camping school buses and vans all in one group or meeting because of my work, that's really appealing to me. I love that, even if I never see them again. So, along with that, like trying to just be more authentic and simplifying my life, there are a couple other reasons. Um, I personally love breaking out of my comfort zone. I like pushing myself, yeah, out of my comfort zone, taking risks. I embrace change. I mean, sometimes it's really scary, sometimes it's really hard. And I've had a lot of opportunities in my life. Some have been given to me, life has given them to me. Others I've chosen, but every time I push myself, I end up better. I grow, I get to know myself better, I become more authentic, and just learning more about who I am. So this is definitely like creating a schoolie. I don't have the physical skills and knowledge. Like 2 weekends ago when I took the bus seats out, I used a grinder. Didn't even know what a grinder was, but I went to Harbor Freight. My friend Tammy came with me and helped me decide which one to buy and then helped me learn how to use it. And I used it all day. And I like that. I like that now I'm like, I know what a grinder is and I know all the different, well, not, I will know all the different ways I can use it. So this is kind of scary, to go out on a 9-month adventure on my own does bring up fear, but I love pushing through fear. I think it's a great opportunity. So another reason is I'd like to see if this could be a permanent lifestyle for me. So 9 months, my anticipation is that I'm going to come back and probably put a for sale sign in my front yard. But I'm not confident enough about that to sell my house because I love my house. It's an adorable, simple little house, but it's great neighborhood, fabulous neighbors, and I can walk to Lake Michigan. So all that is really great. So I'm not ready to sell it, but I'm thinking that I probably will and probably just do the schooly lifestyle. I could see myself doing it for the rest of my life. I think it would really suit me. I also, simple reasons, I want to see more of the country. I've only been to a handful of the national parks. I want to see more of that. I want to meet more people, more diversity, learn more about the different states. I've been in Michigan for a long time. And then another reason is just to accomplish new goals. Like I also like to do almost everything once. I don't know. It's just fun, like stupid as it might sound. Like it's kind of fun for me to say I know how to use a grinder, and um, there's some things like I don't ever want to try crack cocaine. Like that's not on my list. I don't want to do that at all. I also don't want to bungee jump. You will never convince me to bungee jump. Freaks me out, as does I will never travel to outer space. Like that, I'll never be an astronaut. Those things freak me out. But I just enjoy trying things. And so this is a big one. I'm trying so many things, like gutting the bus and converting it into an RV or a motorhome, and going on this journey. So those are my personal reasons, but I do have a really big professional reason too. So my bus's name is Thea, Thea the bus, Thea, and that's because Ella means to heal or to a healer, and then just Thea, taken off the Ella. Maybe it's just Althea, can't remember, but just Thea means new start, fresh beginning, a new morning. Um, and so to me, they kind of go back, they go hand in hand with what I do. So I'm really passionate about helping people heal emotional pain that they've been holding on to, whether it's, months or years or decades. And I created an alternative to therapy to help people do that without feeling like they've got to talk about their pain and relive it. It's not fun if you feel like you need to go to a therapist and talk about how you were sexually abused, when you were a child and you're now in your 40s. That's scary and intimidating and just yucky. So I created a different approach to that. And so as you can probably imagine, healing emotional pain almost always involves forgiveness. So, what I'm going to do while I'm traveling for 9 months is speak about forgiveness and speak about the power of and the great result you have in your life when you heal emotional pain. So, I'm just going to travel around and speak for free wherever people will have me. So, I'm, trying to make all those connections now. And yeah, we'll see what else comes from that. So, that's the professional reason why I thought this would be a great way for me to do it because, quite honestly, I can't afford to you know, buy 40, airline tickets and, hotel rooms and all that. So this way I can just travel in my home and spread my message about forgiveness and healing. So that's it about me. Would love to hear about you. So share a comment below and let me know a bit about you and your thoughts on Skoolie, whether you're fully in and living in the Skoolie life or you're like I am just at the start or you're considering it. And then, pardon me, I will also make a video about how I went about shopping for a school bus because I really found just the perfect bus for me and um, a great tip about keeping different things organized, and I'll share some Google Docs and then that first video of how to remove bus seats in one day. So I'll definitely make those soon. I guess this is the point where I say hit subscribe. I'd love for you to subscribe and so that you can catch my upcoming videos. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to meet someday as well. So I hope you have a really great day. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you later.